So, An Education of Malice was a 4 out of 5. I enjoyed it. It was okay. I there is there that I enjoyed the fantasy aspects. I enjoyed the sapphic aspects. I enjoyed the young couple. I enjoyed the enemies to lovers, academic rivals to lovers trope. I enjoyed the vampire stuff, but there is a bit of something that I didn't enjoy, and I think if I read the book correctly, then it might be an allegory for something. So if I the way that I read it, the allegory of the book is that sometimes when people are being groomed, they're basically getting their youth taken away from them. I shouldn't say sometimes. I'm saying when people are being groomed when they're younger, they get their youth taken from them, basically. It puts them in really weird situations. It gives them a bunch of trauma, but it can also affect their relationships going forward and in the future. And if that's what I read, then the book is good. If that's not what I read, and that's not the message, and it's not trying to spread awareness that this stuff can happen, and that this can be an issue in a lot of institutions, and this could be happening to somebody. If that's not the message, then it could be a little awkward. Reading the book can be a little weird, because I was fine with everything else, but it very, like, the main character, I should say main characters, are basically being groomed, and it's weird. Like, the book, besides that, good. Okay, palate cleanser, quick read, quick fiction about vampires. But when you add that whole aspect to it, it kind of makes it weird. And like I said, if you have the allegory in there where you learn something or it's like a social commentary, then it makes it okay to read, because you're just like, okay, there's a message behind this, and this is somebody advocating for others' injustices. But if you if you take out the allegory aspect and you're just reading this and you're not thinking too much about it, then it does make it a little weird. But at the end, like, this is what I'm saying, like, it felt like an allegory, because at the end there's a choice being given to the main characters, versus at the beginning they don't really have a choice. It's Everything's just kind of happening to them, and the incidents are isolated, and it kind of isolates the main characters, and it makes them feel like they can't ask for help, and it kind of like affects them in them trying to build a relationship with other people, if that makes sense. So, like I said, book's a 4 out of 5. If it's giving the message that I think it's giving, then it's okay. If it's not, then the book could be a little bit weird. And there were a few times where I was like, this is really awkward. This is really uncomfortable. I'm kind of not okay with this. But the vampire aspects of it were good. Like, the vampire aspects were really good. The audiobook narrator was good. Thank you to Hatchet Audio, and thank you to Red Hook Publishing for giving me an art copy of this book. I think this was a good standalone. This could have definitely explored and became a series, but if the author's intentions were not to have a series, then it is a good standalone. Like I said, the only thing throwing me off was all the stuff with grooming in it. I was like, I don't. No, 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 no. Because I could do a story about academic rivals. I could do an enemies to lovers story, and I think I would have enjoyed this just as much, if not even more, because then I would have just been rooting for them the whole time. Instead, I felt a little bit distracted by that whole, like, subplot that was added into it, that I was just like, I just feel uncomfortable. Just a little. Just a little. Have a good day, everybody.